Most people believe that the secret to escaping the 9 to 5 is simply earning a higher salary. They spend years chasing the next promotion, the next bonus, or the next side hustle, only to realize that their stress level is rising exactly in tandem with their bank account. This is the invisible treadmill. It is the psychological trap where your lifestyle expands to swallow every new dollar you earn, effectively neutralizing your money's ability to do any actual work for you. Today, we are talking about the moment you stop running and start building. I'm going to show you the exact point where your money begins to work harder for you than you ever could for it, and why escaping has more to do with your spending than your earning. The reality is that most wealth advice you see online is just a recipe for more work. It tells you to grind harder so you can buy things that ultimately lock you into your desk for another decade. It is a cycle that treats you like a battery rather than a person. But before I show you the velocity math that allows you to buy back your time, I need to ask for a small trade. If you are looking for a path that leads to less work and more dignity through rational math, hit the like button. It helps me signal to the algorithm that there is an audience for logic over lifestyle inflation. Alright, let's talk about the power-to-weight ratio of your financial life. The common take is that high income is the ultimate proxy for freedom. We assume that the person earning $250,000 a year is naturally closer to the exit than the person earning $75,000. We equate the size of the shovel with the speed at which we can dig our way out of the rat race. But the reality is that your wealth has a power-to-weight ratio. Your income is the power, but your lifestyle is the weight. If you increase the power but add a proportional amount of weight, the machine doesn't actually move any faster. In fact, a lighter machine with a smaller engine often reaches the destination years earlier. Today, I'm showing you why your money works hardest for you only when you cap the weight. We are going to explore the leaky tank theory, the velocity of a dollar, and the specific math that proves a smaller life is often the fastest way to a massive fortune. To understand why your money isn't working for you yet, you have to look at the water tank analogy. Your income is the faucet filling the tank, and your expenses are the drain at the bottom. Most people focus entirely on the faucet. They want more pressure and more flow, but they ignore the fact that as the water level rises, they instinctively drill new holes in the bottom of the tank. A bigger mortgage, a luxury car lease, or a premium social circle. If the drain is always as wide as the faucet, the tank never fills, no matter how much water passes through it. Your money is at its most efficient when the drain is fixed and narrow. That is the only way the water gains the depth and pressure needed to power the turbines of compounding. The real magic happens when you understand the freedom multiple. Every $100 you add to your monthly overhead isn't just $100 out of your pocket. It is a permanent anchor on your freedom. Think about the math. To fund a $100 monthly expense forever, using the 4% rule, you need $30,000 of invested capital. When you buy a subscription or a car payment that costs $500 a month, you aren't just spending $500. You are telling your money that it needs to go out and find $150,000 just to keep that one hole in the tank plugged. When you escape the treadmill, you stop seeing prices in dollars and start seeing them in time debt. A $1,000 per month lifestyle upgrade isn't a reward, it's a $300,000 extension on your working career. Your money works hardest for you when it doesn't have to spend its energy chasing your expanding tastes. The villain of this story is lifestyle creep, and it is arguably the most sophisticated thief of time in the modern world. It doesn't steal your wealth all at once in a grand heist. It steals it 5% at a time, year after year, hidden behind the curtain of success. Every time you get a raise, a year-end bonus, or a tax refund, the villain whispers that you have earned a little more comfort, a slightly better zip code, or a more prestigious car lease. This is the promotion trap. If you earn a $10,000 raise, but immediately upgrade your overhead to match it, your net freedom remains exactly zero. You are running faster, but the treadmill is accelerating at the exact same rate to compensate. Your money is working at its absolute lowest efficiency because it is being used to maintain a social status quo rather than to buy your exit from the system. To win this game, you have to realize that the ultimate reward for a higher income isn't more stuff. It is a shorter sentence. If you can keep your weight the same while your power increases, Every new dollar becomes a high-velocity worker focused entirely on your freedom. Until you defeat the villain of lifestyle inflation, you aren't building wealth. You are just building a more expensive cage. To see the math of the treadmill in action, let's look at two individuals, James and Elena. James earns $200,000 a year. He is a high performer with a high-stress title. But James lives a $200,000 life. Between the jumbo mortgage, the private school tuitions, and the high-end social obligations, he spends $190,000 a year. Despite his massive shovel, his second ewe is exhausted. He only saves $10,000 a year, meaning he would have to work for decades just to fund 1 year of his current lifestyle. Elena earns $80,000 a year. On paper, she is less successful than James. But Elena capped her lifestyle at $50,000 5 years ago. She saves $30,000 every single year. Because her weight is so much lower, her money works with incredible velocity. James is a high-powered engine pulling a freight train. Elena is a modest engine pulling a bicycle. Even though James has more power, Elena is going to cross the finish line while James is still looking for a bigger shovel. The solution is to calculate your freedom multiple. Stop looking at your total net worth and start looking at how many days of freedom you've already bought. Take your total annual expenses and divide them by 365. That is the cost of 1 day of your life. Now, look what your portfolio earns in a year at a safe 4% withdrawal rate. If your portfolio earns $4,000 and your life costs $100 a day, you have officially bought 40 days of freedom every single year, forever. Your goal isn't to hit $1 million jackpot. Your goal is to increase that number from 40 days to 365 days. Every time you cap an expense, you are effectively giving yourself a permanent vacation. Imagine the moment you finally step off the treadmill and feel your feet hit solid ground. You aren't retired in the sense that you are sitting on a beach doing nothing for the rest of your life. You are retired from the need to run for someone else's profit. Your money has transformed from a simple number on a screen into a literal time machine. When you stop the cycle of lifestyle inflation and cap your weight, you gain a level of clarity that most high earners never get to experience. You start to see the world differently. You realize that your time is the only truly non-renewable resource you have. Once a Tuesday afternoon is gone, you can't earn it back, no matter how high your salary is. By keeping your life light and your expenses static, you allow your money to do the one thing it was actually designed for, buying back your future. You aren't just saving for a rainy day. You are purchasing the right to say no to things that drain your soul and yes to the things that make you feel alive. That is the ultimate return on investment. Stay the course. The treadmill is designed to keep you running, and the world will constantly try to tell you that you need more to be happy. But the data shows that the most satisfied people aren't those with the most power, but those with the best power-to-weight ratio. Capping your lifestyle isn't about deprivation, it's about a radical commitment to your own independence. You are building a time machine, 1 day of freedom at a time. Keep the drain in your tank narrow, keep your engine tuned, and let the math do the heavy lifting. If you're ready to stop running and start building a life of actual dignity, hit the subscribe button and join our community. We're focusing on the rational path to freedom, one data-backed decision at a time. Stay the course. I'll see you in the next one.